So welcome everybody to Community Conversation. April Sullivan from ArtSpark, Texas is here with me. I'm Susan Slattery, Outreach Director with ArtSpark, Texas, and we're having a conversation today with Jeremy Schack. Jeremy is somewhat of an old friend of ArtSpark, Texas. And Jeremy's a photographer, sports photographer, musician, also a graduate student at University of Texas at Arlington. So juggling a lot of things right now, Jeremy. And anyway, Jeremy's our Artist of the Month for April. And hi, and I'm going to give you the floor. Y'all were talking about, I think back, 2012 was when
yes,
we.
Well, 2012 was when you had your exhibit at our gallery space,
Mm-hmm.
Art of Sport, which was a really nice exhibit.
Yeah,
One of my favorites.
and then actually when I did that show, I of course invited the wheelchair basketball coach to come and see it, and him and his son and a couple of other people that I know, they started bugging me to because they weren't able to go down to Austin to see the show, so they started pestering me to try and get that show moved up here. So I ended up doing that show twice, once in Austin and once here at UTA.
At the gallery space there at UTA?
Yes, that same one.
I like that space. That's a nice space. Is it still there?
No, it was, I think because they only gave us like 2 weeks at that time, and I think they upped that up to a month now.
Mm.
Mhm.
And it was big, large-scale photographs of his sports photography, and then quotes on the wall. Did they do when you did it at UTA, did they paint the quotes on the wall like we did?
No, I think I had
Maybe had them printed or
I think I had them on like a poster board or something, and just marked them on there. And I also had there's a trophy shop that's right around the corner from me that I've actually worked with a lot, and they printed up some of those quotes on a gold on not gold, but it was that stuff that goes on trophies that it kind of looks like gold plates.
Yeah.
Oh, like little plaque, like a little plaque.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you have a long history with UT Arlington. Like I feel like you've been some way involved with UT Arlington since I met you. You've been a student there and you work there and you've been involved with the Movin' Mavs. Can you tell people about that, like who the Movin' Mavs are and how you got all involved with them?
So the Movin' Mavs are they're the wheelchair basketball team here at UTA. I would say a lot of people at UTA don't quite know like how significant that program is, because they really done a lot for everyone, the state of Texas, and just education for the disabled in general. The program was started back in 1976, and they were I think the first program have to have full scholarships for disabled athletes to go to school. And we've had players come from all over the world, and we've had several Paralympians that have come through our program, and we always have some national team or something that are always scrimmaging in our gym. And we recently started a women's wheelchair basketball team, and I was actually fortunate enough to be with them for their first two championships. And we also we had a wheelchair tennis team that we did a lot with back in the day, but kind of fizzled out with everything else that's going on. So we've had other athletes doing different sports, and I guess they just got too busy and had to focus on other things. And yeah, the program has just been trying to increase our reach, and what I started with them was live streaming their games online, and we were the first team in the United States to have someone on our staff that was solely the videographer. And since we were doing that, every team that we're in the same league with, that we've been associated with, has really just been reaching out to me and just seeing how they can start their own live streaming program. Like University of Alabama, they just built a $10 million facility for wheelchair basketball, and they even reached out to me to see, what was the best possible way that they could set up a live stream for that area. So I'm really thankful that I've been able to be part of the Movement Maps. And even though I don't work with them as much now, I still keep in touch with a lot of guys. I actually did recently. I actually did a couple of photo shoots with a couple of guys on the team, and I keep in touch with them all the time, and just hang out with them. I see them all the time on campus, and I go by and talk to Coach all the time. And my parents even, my parents and my friends even donate to the Moving the Mavs every so often. So just just want to stay in touch and help this team as much as I can.
So is that I think when I was looking at some of your photos, I saw some women basketball players. So is it a co-ed team?
So we have a men's college team, and then we have a women's college team. And then we did have a lower division team, which I played on, which was a co-ed team, but that team doesn't exist anymore.
And how did you get involved as the photographer for them?
So my stepdad actually worked at UT Arlington and actually did photos for wheelchair basketball team back in the early 2000s, and my stepdad was friends with the wheelchair basketball coach at the time, and he thought it'd be a good idea for me to get involved with the team, and I called the coach, and I just asked, hey, can I come by and talk to you? And he was like, sure. So I just showed up at my office with a camera, and I was like, hey, coach, I can take pictures. How can I help? So
Nice.
that's basically how that all started.
Sounds like the right place at the right time, and they had a need.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mhm.
And right now you're studying. What are you studying at UT Arlington? You're about to graduate, right?
Yeah. I'm studying communications. I'm a graduate student.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are your plans to do with that?
So I'm looking at different jobs, and actually have an interview tomorrow for a like a social I don't remember the exact way that they phrased it, but it's more like looking at social media and just being able to increase like social media reach and website design and stuff like that, and just it's for a doctor's office, and here in Texas, and I'm not sure if it's remote or not, but anyway, I've got that interview tomorrow, and as far as my plans, I'm just hoping to get some sort of remote job at some point, and I'm uh, I'm also gonna be graduating in a couple of weeks and moving in with my fiance in we're looking at apartments in Hazard, Texas, which is north of Fort Worth, and that's real near where she's gonna be working. So that's also my plans so far, and also my probably put a little more focus on my selling things like on Etsy and Facebook and Mercari.
Wow, it sounds like you have a lot of exciting things going on.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, good luck with the job interview tomorrow.
Thanks.
And so tell us about your Etsy. What? Sorry, were you gonna say something, Celia?
Go ahead.
You said you have an Etsy, and I've looked at it. Tell us about what you sell on Etsy.
So so on Etsy I sell what they call print on demand, which is I design the products, and the distributor, they have a list of different products like notebooks and masks and t-shirts and stuff like that I can put my design on, and I can do that, and it links directly with my Etsy. So if someone orders something off my Etsy store, it goes directly to the printer, and it can get made, and it ships out usually in about probably about 4 to 5 days, and it's just really easy. It just streamlines. I don't have to have any of the merchandise here at my house. It's all done remotely. They have one plant. My distributor has one plant in, I believe, California. The other plant is in, I believe, New York, and they have another plant in Riga, Latvia, that I know of for my sales that go to Europe.
Wow. Those print on demand companies are, I know that I've used those a little bit, and they're really effective because you don't have the overhead, you don't have to have the inventory, so that's really cool. I saw what I think was probably one of your designs was on maybe your Instagram page. It was very kind of abstract, black and white. Is that your design?
I'm sure I know what you're talking about. Is it a picture of the cityscape, and the clouds are kind of dark?
I saw that. There was another one that was kind of more abstract. Like when I looked at it, it like made me think of like kind of sci-fi a little bit. Anyway, I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're wondering, every picture that I take up that I have on Instagram, I've taken myself, and I really and I, of course, as April wrote in her blog post, I do most of my photography on iPhone, and I've actually found several programs on the iPhone that have actually worked really, really well for making like abstract photos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing to know that. I mean, the things you can do with your iPhones now is wild.
A lot easier to carry around than all that big equipment.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you didn't start with an iPhone, right, Jeremy? You started, what kind of a camera did you start taking photos with?
I've been so really as far as cameras go, I've been a Nikon my whole life. Nikon guy my whole life. It really is just, it's really just a cheaper, easier option for me to get involved in. I've used Canons before, but and I've been able to figure them out really fast. But as far as like my own camera, yeah, it's just been all Nikon for me.
All Nikon all the time.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, they're good cameras.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I missed this because I'm sorry I came in a little late, but what inspired you to move into music?
So I've been into music somewhat my whole life, and my friend my friend kind of just kind of kept pushing for me to make music and be able to release it and be able to publish it, and I tried that and he tried that, and then one day I was looking around and just found this free app that I could use, and that was brand new. That actually was a way for unsigned artists to pretend to be able to get their stuff out there and potentially even get a record deal later on. So that I started doing that, and nowadays I just make all my music on my phone, and and my keyboard and stuff like that. I do that all by ear. Like, I've never played piano or keyboard in my life, and I just play that by ear. So I'll just be sitting up in bed one night and just creating a new song, and I can just throw in, just make some artwork on my phone and just release and just upload it, and just takes 4 weeks to put out a new album on this new app that I have, and just release that, that's just something I'm hoping to take further and further as I go along through life.
And what app are you using?
Mm.
What is the app that you're using?
It's called Muse.
Muse?
Muse, M-U-S-E?
A Muse.
A Muse.
Muse. Okay.
Yeah. I'll actually put it in the chat.
Great. So I know that April said that you've got a lot of downloads off Spotify.
Yeah, you just hit another milestone, right? With the
Yeah.
minute of sound.
Yeah, it's I've so yeah, I just I hit so yeah, I hit 150,000 streams worldwide. So and that's only the streams that I can see. I'm probably somewhere in the area of about 200,000 or something, with all the streams that I can't see, because I can only see streams that are available on Apple and Spotify, and that's not counting streams from like Amazon or Tidal or Pandora or anything like that. So yeah, it's been a real cool journey for me.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Well, I was listening to some of your music, and I was trying to figure out, like, I was like trying to, I don't know, categorize it or figure out what type that it was, but so I'm not going to say, but how do you describe your music?
That was exactly the question I was going to ask.
Yeah.
So I was actually wondering this exact same thing, and I was actually considering registering for a music award, and they asked me what genre my music was, and I texted my friend, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I have no idea what type of music this will go under." So he said, so he suggested R&B is probably the closest thing. So maybe a mix of R&B, electronica, maybe a little hip hop.
That I would say I think I listened to more of the electronica. And then I listened to something that I felt was like maybe was ambient, kind of ambient music.
Mhm.
I mean, to me, I think of that, I call it like head music, just colloquially, if I'm listening to something like that. But I don't think I got to the R&B stuff. I don't know. April, did you?
I don't know. Well, we have some links. What should we play a song and see what
Yeah,
have
Um,
you best we listen to?
yeah, yeah, it should have been the second playlist that I sent. Should have my music videos on there.
This one, Minister of Sound.
Yes.
What song should we play?
Um, I guess we could try not Nightfall.
and April, do you have it set up so that it's going to share your sound?
We tested it and they could hear it. They'll have to do something
Okay.
specific on the Coda meeting.
I have no idea. You're asking me?
Well, you act like you knew.
Well, I was just trying to pretend that I knew.
Oh, well. Cool.
Very cool. Yeah. So I typed it in the chat, but I'll just ask my question. I didn't want to interrupt the music. How do you create your visuals for that?
So that video for that video I actually just used stock video, 'cause it's something I always wanted to experiment with, and I'm of course, like, I'm real busy right now, so I don't really have like that extra time to devote right now to like making this big elaborate video. And I just found this stock video website that movie producers use a while back, and just decided to give it a try. And I found some stuff that I thought would look pretty cool with that video, so I just tried it, and worked out pretty well.
I agree. Yeah, it was very, very cool. Yeah, I'm super relaxed after. I was already relaxed, but I'm like really relaxed.
So Jeremy, was that video stock, or did you take stock images and put them together in a video?
So that video, I mean, that video, it was like all the footage was made already. I just had to uh grab the clips that I need and just piece them together in Premiere.
Okay, so you actually put together the sequence of the images that we saw?
Yeah.
It was nice, and I like the very spare music.
Mhm.
That was nice.
Yeah.
And I like it changed up right at the end.
Yeah.
Mm.
The way it changed up right at the end.
Yeah.
Got a little extra.
Mhm. Yeah.
So was it one of your other videos? Would you is one of the other ones like more R&B, would you say?
Um.
I think we're trying to get at why your friend said your music was R&B. So, so what's the song that your friend likes to listen to?
Um. He actually likes the other one. It should be the third link that I sent to you, April. It's one called Shadow, and so and kind of the reason that he said R&B was that it was to register for that particular award. R&B was not the exact um, not the exact category that my music would fit in, but it was the pretty much the closest that he could think of. And I actually thought that was a pretty good guess, just because I thought that was something that I could say it just borders on like R&B and jazz and just something like that. Cause and also like I have like different songs that go into that I can probably put into different genres. And so yeah, it's just So yeah, that's always been something that I've always been struggling with, and I always just tell people that I do like probably electronica or ambient music or just something like that.
Well, so we listen to Shadow.
Yeah, let's listen to it.
Sure.
It was said that life is but a walking shadow, that time is love and time is borrowed, in a continuum of time and space, engraved with moments we can't replace. The night after the day will follow, moving forward into tomorrow. Seasons come, days will change, engraved with moments we can't replace. It was said that life is but a walking shadow, that time is love and time is borrowed, in a continuum of time and space, engraved with memories we can't replace. The journey through time brings us closer, as the days and nights grow ever colder. We are a part of something bigger than our imagination. This is our journey with an unknown destination. As close to perfection is where we aim. If we miss, we try again. In the continuum of time and space, engraved with moments we can't replace. Time makes our love grow stronger, as the shadows grow even longer. To live in the shadow is your decision. To live your life is your mission. You are not a walking shadow. Your time is your own, it's not borrowed. In a continuum of time and space, engraved with moments we can't replace.
So did you write the copy? Is that something you wrote, Jeremy?
The poem, yes, I wrote that.
Well, you're just multifaceted.
Wow.
My friend is he absolutely loves that song.
Well, I can see why he would think a little bit of R&B,
Yeah.
but in the beginning, but it's more of a, I don't know, what would you say, Susan? More of a spoken word.
Honestly, it kind of had that underlying beat to it that, did kind of make me think hip hop in in the delivery kind of. It was very rhythmic. The voice was very rhythmic. And so is that your voice or did someone else voice that? How did you do that?
So I actually every song I do, I like to experiment a little bit. And so what I did was I actually used a text to speech application on my phone, and I wrote that poem one day and put it through that app, and the app comes with several voices that I could use, and I just used the guy with the English accent just because I thought it sounded real beautiful like that, and I do that, and it records the poem itself, and I downloaded that and put that into GarageBand, and I just started piling, drum tracks and keyboard tracks on top of each other, and came up with that song. And everyone that's heard it absolutely loves it.
That's great. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning a lot here. So is this something that is on Spotify then? Is this one of your popular ones on there?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe it's my second most popular song on Spotify.
Wow.
First most popular.
my first most popular is actually didn't send you that link. I forgot to, but it's actually a song called EI. It's called EI. It stands for Emotional Intelligence. So I
think there's one on here. Here, let me share my screen again. This one, EI.
yes, that's my most popular one.
You guys want to hear it?
Why not? I want to hear the most popular song.
Our house. Our
First we have to
factories
hear a
built
commercial.
middle-class dreams. Then politicians turned.
Cecilia said she was having trouble hearing that one.
Yeah, I wasn't hearing it as clearly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeremy, was that the way that you had composed it, or was it a little bit distorted by the platform here?
It was yeah, it was a little distorted on here. I couldn't really hear it either.
Yeah.
I can hear it, but
But
that's no,
Hear it
it's in my computer.
Yes, of course. Well, April probably has some other questions for you, but I also would love to see some of the moving Mavs
Yeah,
uh,
that's the playlist.
video.
So
Yeah.
are these videos that you made?
yes, yes, the yeah, the one the World in Motion by Annabelle Lindsay that actually won an award here on at UTA a couple of years ago.
Ooh, let's watch that one. Yeah.
Let's hope you guys can hear it.
I think I've just always had this love of basketball and always dreamt big. Ever since I was like 7 years old, I was wearing Australian jerseys and, saying I wanted to go to an Olympics and go to college and do all this stuff. So I think it's just always been a dream of mine. Hey, my name is Annabelle Lindsay. I play Lady Maz and I'm on the Australian wheelchair basketball. So I've been playing able-bodied basketball since I was 7 years old. When I was 17, I had a career-ending injury, which meant that I was no longer actually able to play any able-bodied sport. So after that happened, my friend recommended trying out wheelchair basketball, and I rocked up to one of the sessions and kind of fell in love with it and found out that I've actually been eligible to play at a Paralympics and play for my national team, and the rest is kind of history. So it's always been a dream of mine since I was 10 years old to play at a college in America, and I kind of I achieved my dream and got a scholarship to play able-bodied basketball in North Dakota, but unfortunately injured myself before I was actually able to go over. One of my teammates actually said that you could get scholarships for wheelchair basketball over here, so I messaged all the college coaches and was lucky enough to have Jay get back to me and offer me a scholarship to come over here. My proudest moment would have to be getting selected to represent my country. I think it's kind of tacky, but it's always been my dream to represent Australia in basketball, and it's kind of anytime I get to put on the green and gold jersey, I feel pretty proud. My advice would be, if something goes wrong, is just kind of know that, it sucks, but there's always other things out there for you. You can't get too hung up on that thing that you've lost or this opportunity you missed out on. You've got to kind of keep persevering and keep opening your mind and looking at new possibilities and taking the new opportunities as they come.
Oh, that was really good.
I love watching wheelchair basketball, the way they slam into each other, but the whole strategy of it all, I think, is fascinating.
Yeah, and something that happened to Annabelle a couple of years, I think last year, 'cause I still keep up with her, and she's back in Australia now, and there was some new rule with basketball classification that made it to where she could not play wheelchair basketball anymore. So she had to get out of the sport for about a couple months, and now she is actually on the coaching staff with the Australia national team again. So real proud of her for being able to get back to doing what she loves to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, did she make it to the Olympics?
Mm.
Did she make it to the Olympics?
She might be as far as I know, she had not been in the Olympics, in the Paralympics, before she came to UTA. She might be, I know she was in the World Championships, a couple of years ago, and she might be in the Paralympics in Japan later on this year.
Cool. Look out for her.
Mm-hmm.
You did a really good job on editing that. I really liked how your continuity worked really well, where you had edited, and the voiceover really worked with it. So yeah, well, good for you for I guess you said you won an award with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you've got some talents there.
Mhm.
I could see, and you probably maybe are already thinking about this, that some of your music would be great for filmmaking.
Yeah, I'm I'm always I always like to inspire others, so I love to inspire other musicians, other filmmakers, and other photographers to be able to show their work, and I love to be able to help them. And so, putting like my music or putting beats for rappers out there is something that I've always considered doing.
Great. Yeah,
I
beats
def-
for rappers would be a good idea.
Hmm.
I could
Yeah.
definitely see that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're
Right.
almost up on our hour here. Any last questions or last comments, Jeremy?
I am just like I said, I'm really glad that you reached out to me so we could do this, and I just really hope that things open back up and I'm able to get down to Austin and hopefully do another show in the area and get to see all y'all.
Yeah, that would be great.
Do a
To do a
live show
show, but
here.
yeah, and maybe screen some of your videos at
Yeah.
the same time would be cool.
Mhm.
Oh, good. I'm gonna put that on the calendar. We can't yet, but that would
Yeah.
be that would be great. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I've got I've I mean, back when it was VSA Texas, I did a lot of work with them, and yeah, I always actually one of I remember the music we did a music photography exhibit that was actually being shown, as I remember, during South by Southwest.
Yeah, we had
And,
the exhibit.
Good,
Yeah.
good
uh,
memory, Jeremy.
and I, and yeah, being at South by Southwest has always been a dream of mine, so it was great to finally be able to do that.
Yeah, that would be nice. Bring South
Hmm.
by Southwest back. We'll do it.
Yeah,
That's
We
a
just
good
have to
idea.
find the gallery space again.
yeah.
Yeah, so when Jeremy did the show here in 2012, where was the gallery space?
I'll have to show it to you. It's down the street on 38th Street.
It's a it's a little pharmacy now.
Yeah.
It-
Oh,
It's right on the corner of 37th and Guadalupe, right next to the Domino Pizza.
oh, it's really close by.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was
Walk back and
just
forth.
down the street. Yeah, it was on 37th and Guadalupe.
Hmm.
In that
So
tiny,
was that the old location?
that was where our gallery was.
Oh. But the office was still where it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So April was down the street at the gallery, and we were up the street in the office, and we didn't have 101. We used the gallery instead.
nice. Oh,
I
hmm.
think the same people bought the little convenience store because it's got that same Hoover stuff on the roof that the other place has. The one that closed where the taco stand
Oh,
was.
Hmm.
Pizza place. Mr. Gaddy's closed.
I think the same people bought it because it's got similar the markings to the next door.
Okay.
Anyway, Jeremy, that was nice. Yeah, I remember that show, and we did have music in it too, didn't we? Because I know we had all your photographs of
Yeah,
the movie.
you had a DJ come down with you.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Our opening was the music, yeah, with a DJ. That's right.
Yeah, so we did, for my show, it was actually my mom, her friend, and two of my friends from, UTA that all came down with me. So one of them was, he's an aspiring journalist, so he was my photographer. He was my photographer for the weekend, and the other guy plays saxophone. So he was my saxophone player when I was doing my performance.
That's right, you performed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I'm sorry I missed that. I guess there's not a film of that.
I don't think so. I think we were doing photography at that point. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, great. This was delightful. I'm glad I came.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Jeremy, thank you so much.
Thank you to our Arts Park Texas funders: Texas Commission on the Arts, St. David's Foundation, Cultural Arts City of Austin Economic Development, National Endowment for the Arts, Creative Forces, Austin Public Library, Donald D. Hamill Foundation.